Hello. Hello, Hubsters. How are we? Training Thursday. We're back again and we're in it for a school holiday edition for all of you who are out there in the midst of your school holidays. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. And you may hear it in the background. I'm just giving you a heads up. So please, if you, that's hence the headphones today. If you are joining us and you are experiencing the bliss of school holidays yet running your business, please let me know. I'm looking forward to talking to you, and please make sure you pop a hello in the comments section. I'm super excited to chat to you guys today, all about what it looks like to dip a toe in versus going pro and going all in. So I really wanted to chat all about this experience of being all in and what it feels like, and dipping a toe in and what it feels like. So I'm going to use an analogy to begin with of quite a few years ago now. I went to Borneo and I had an amazing time in Borneo. We had these little huts on top of the water and they were gorgeous. There was like sea turtles and little parrotfish and all this kind of stuff. And we were in these huts above the water, and they came out in a big circle. And it was so amazing because you could go out of your bedroom essentially and you could jump into the water. And hey Moira, and the cool thing about being in these amazing little spaces and places is that you get to explore these things in a really different way. And I was there with some random backpackers that I happened to have met along the way, and as you do when you're a traveler like me, and all of us had a different way of getting in the water. And so there was this amazing night where we were all connecting, and some of us were jumping in and popping a toe in the water. If you're just joining, say hello. So some of us were jumping in and popping a toe in the water, and we were like, oh, it's a bit cold. Oh, it's not. Some of us were like, okay, into, the belly button. And you guys who have got kids or you enjoy the beach probably know what it feels like. You can pop your feet in and you're pretty safe. Pop the back of your knees in, it's like, oh. You pop your vajayjay in and it's like, okay, I'm halfway there, I may as well get my belly button in, right? But once you hit the belly button zone, some of us are in give up feel in the belly button zone. It's okay, hit the belly button, it's time, I've had enough. I'll just stay here and do my thing. And then some of us, and like this girl I was traveling with, she was like, I got the swimmers, and she just literally jumped in, all in. Her experience of jumping in and then seeing the fish and seeing the tortoises and seeing the sea turtles and all that kind of stuff was from an all-in perspective. She didn't just dip a toe in like I was standing there dipping my toe in. Actually, I was up to my belly button. This other girl was up to her dipping her toes in. And we were looking and seeing things from that angle. Hey, Moira. Hey, everybody. And when you see things from that angle, it's really different to the all in, right? All in, and she came up and saw things from a really different space. She saw things under the water. She saw things in the water. She felt invigorated. She felt a whole different thing from being all in. And that's the thing about life, the universe, and everything. And I'm always on about the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. And so ever since I saw her come into what it looks like to jump all in, and the embedded feeling I get from that, I've been doing exactly the same thing. How, instead of dipping my toe in or going up to my belly button and thinking I'm going all in, but it's just my belly button, what would it take to be the next bit in and the next bit in? And by the time you're up to your nips, you may as well be in anyway, right? You may as well be completely all in and seeing what the result of being all in looks like. So there's a very different result from dipping a toe in and a very different result from going all in. And it can be really different for everybody. This scale, yes, sure, in the skinny dipping world, it's one or the other. But in business and in running a hobby versus a business, or running clinic one-on-one to expanding into maybe a passive income stream or training others or that kind of stuff, it's going to be really different. So what does it look like for you right now where you might be dipping a toe in or going up to your belly button and you know that you could be all in, but you haven't quite been there yet? What part of your business are you treating a little bit like a hobby where you're like, oh, well, I'm kind of saying hello to some of the practitioners that are around, but I didn't follow them up and I didn't really want to check in on them, and I was, It's like you've got your foot in and you've got your towel on and you want to go all in, but you're not treating it in that going pro kind of way. And so when you aren't treating it in that going pro kind of way, you look like that little weirdo that's standing at the edge of, of the water with their feet in and their towel on, and they're kind of half in, half out, not quite sure whether it's not quite giving you the flow and the experience of going all in. Moira said, so many pools to jump in. Yeah, and in business there is so many pools to jump in. And some of us can go skinny dipping into the one pool and go really hard at it and all in, and we get a very different experience to dipping a toe in over here and dipping a toe in over there, maybe going up to our belly button over here, maybe going up to our nips in another one, and then going, oh, that was invigorating, but maybe I'll try this other one. So there's a really different experience to having a little dabble in each spot versus going all in. So what I wanted to get your awareness to today is there's a really cool book called Going Pro by Stephen Pressfield. He writes a whole bunch of really cool books, but this one is specific about how we might be treating our business as a hobby and we might not have realized, or there might be an element in your business that you haven't gone pro in. You haven't just gone all in on it, and because you've been putting it off, you've been making excuses, you've been holding onto the towel like the safety net, and you haven't just let it all go. So some of the little brainstorming I was doing today, if you are experiencing this, I want you to click a like as I'm saying it, all right? So, or just note it for yourself if you're watching this on the replay. Where have you been putting off putting your newsletter out? Where have you been putting off doing a blog? And if you have done a blog and it's just sat there and you literally haven't done a blog for weeks or months, where have you been utilizing it as like a little, oh, I tried that thing, and then I won't tell anyone that I didn't add to it. Oh, I did that newsletter back at Christmas, and I kind of, I thought bookkeeping was a good idea when I did the NatBiz scav hunt, and I made a spreadsheet, but I've got that box of receipts that I haven't quite got round to putting in, and I've got those other things that I haven't quite got. I did think that getting a bookkeeper was a good idea, but where are these little places and spaces where you aren't going all in and you're holding yourself back? You're literally holding onto a towel. You're amazing and you're ready to jump and you're holding onto a towel going, Hey Nova, hey Alison, hey Nikki. So the other ones, where have you connected with a local GP or other practitioner and you haven't followed up? Because they didn't contact me back. They didn't say anything, but I could have followed them up. And I could ring them back and I could answer that email from them. And I was going to go all in, but then I got my towel back on. It was much more comfortable back here. I was thinking about skinny dipping, but then I couldn't because like all of the other things got in the way. I was considering getting a bookkeeper, but I'm going to put my towel back on again. I was considering getting my website finished by somebody because I couldn't figure out the opt-in, or I couldn't figure out how to get my new offerings on there, but I put my towel back on again and stayed in my comfort zone. I was thinking about starting my YouTube channel, but I got a little bit, complacent, and I put that one video up and then I didn't tell anybody about it. Well, I was considering doing a Facebook Live, and I did one last year when I was really motivated, and I was going to do it every week, but I put my towel back on and I stayed nice and comfy. What else have we got here oh, this is a good one. I have been piecing together, putting my calendar together, and I have it in a diary, but I kind of half went over to something like Acuity, and I didn't really tell everybody about it. And then I tried to make it work with a PDF, but I know that there is a solution out there like Clinico or Simple Clinic or Practice Better, and I haven't committed fully to getting it. And I know that it's probably better for me, but the leap to do that could be embarrassing, like jumping in and doing a skinny dip. It could be embarrassing. It could be scary. It could be what's on the other side of that. I've never done that before, but it could be invigorating, and it could help me in a way that I've never experienced before as well, right? So dipping a toe in so many different pies that if you just went all in on one, it could actually be the solution that you're looking for. Phone numbers. Now, this is one that comes up in the hub all the time. What happens when our boundaries are being crossed? What happens when Easter weekend is coming up and somebody's emailing me and I haven't set up the autoresponder or the auto reply telling people that I can get back to them between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays? What happens when they call my phone number and I haven't switched it off, or I haven't got a different number so that they know that I'm actually working or not working? Where are you dipping a toe in being professional and you haven't followed through to go all in on running this business the best way that you possibly could? Where are you putting up with things where you're dipping a toe in and you're going, yeah, I got my iris lamp, or I got my blood pressure cuff, or I got my scales, and the batteries are running out, or the batteries have run out and you haven't gone all in on going pro and got a replacement for them. There are so many different places and spaces where we might be dipping our toe in and then jumping out again, dipping our toe, putting that towel back on, when if you were just to jump all in, it could change everything for you. Like Nikki said, go consistently jumping in, not jumping in, getting cold, getting out, hopping out, deciding, oh, we might try another pool. It's literally get used to jumping all in and going all in and going pro every single time, because you're going to consistently get different results to what you've ever seen before if you were to actually do it. Just the same way as when you jump, that invigorating feeling of jumping in the ocean, that invigorating feeling of jumping in your local river, into a water hole that you've never been in before. That experience, that yes moment, always brings a different result to just dipping your toe in and then trying somewhere else and then weirdly trying to stay in your comfort zone and wrap yourself in a towel. So last one that I have seen that so many, Sarah's saying, oh, guilty of the batteries and not using things. Whoops. Yeah, but it's these types of reminders and these types of conversations where we go, oh, I could go all in on that. Oh, I could go all in on paying my bills on time rather than pushing them right to their finish date. Oh, I could actually get those receipts and put them into my bookkeeping program. Oh, I could actually ring a bookkeeper and get them to take over. Oh, I could get an extra client to pay for the bookkeeper or to pay for the VA to finish that work that I haven't gone pro with. And then I'm just putting up within the background. Batteries are just a symptom. There's other things that are in the background that are niggling on your business that are holding you back from going pro in different areas. So lastly, this one came up this week in the hub and I really wanted to address it because it's a really big deal for us Praccies. Praccies need Praccies, and self-care, you can go all in on your self-care. You can order your own supplements and order your own things and take your supplements every couple of days and, you know, think about the food that you're going to eat, or maybe do some other, you know, movement and things. Or you can go all in and delegate your accountability for looking after yourself. You can go all in and actually organize to go and see a practitioner in your local area, be it an acupuncturist, be it hypnotherapy, be it a kinesiologist, be it, and this is your reminder. If this is you and you're like, oh yeah, that's the thing, you need to be on top of your game. And to be on top of your game, you need to go all in on it. For me, what all in looked like when I started to notice there was fraying at the edges was going and booking a whole year of going to the float tank once every 6 weeks. It was booking a whole year in between those of going to my chiropractor, booking a whole year of going to my kinesiologist. And then it's on time. I just show up for it. And I'm all in. I have actually put skin in the game. I'm like, let's go. I'm all in, and I know that that's going to cost a certain amount of money, so I have to find a way to get that certain amount of money consistently coming through my business to support what I'm going all in on. And so when it comes to whatever you are going all in on, once you choose it, go all in on finding the ways to make that happen for you. So find the ways to make your website work for you. Find the ways to get your completed some of the things that you know you need to do online. Some of the things that you need for your boundaries, some of the things that you need for your own self-care so that you can show up and you don't have to have that downtime that we are all going to experience over our professional lives where we are in burnout. How can you go all in on going pro as a professional, as a practitioner, and as a business owner, an amazing human being in the world, supporting all of the different places and spaces that you can hear in the background? Like, you know, I've got kids as well, and they're all here for school holidays. Where can you go all in and show up anyway and do the things that you need to do, rather than just dipping a toe in and doing it once and then pretending like that was enough? All right, hopefully this is something for you to consider and then to take action on. Just like any of our trainings, the gold is in the action. So it's a conversation and an idea to consider, then it's to have a conversation to get it to reality, and then it's taking the action that you require to get the traction you want in your life or your business. So what is the one thing that you can take action on that doesn't look like dipping your toe in anymore? It looks like fully jumping into that area of your life or your business. All right. I hope this has been helpful, and if it has, please share it with another practitioner that you know. Otherwise, give it a couple of likes, or go and subscribe onto my YouTube channel and make sure that you don't miss anything, and I will catch you in the next Training Thursday. See you later. Bye.